I heard you've been spending a lot of time at your auntie house. How's the couch life?
Got my woman and my baby living there. It's hard, man. But you know, everybody can't do what you do.
Really what I do getting played out, Dre. Where the money at?
Why you gotta be so ruthless, cuz?
I'll make a few changes.
Where you think you going? I'm just trying to get home.
That's my son.
You need to get back in the house or I will ruin your night.
Oh,
I gotta talk to my moms like that.
If you had the chance to change the situation, would you take it?
Just hit that first beat hard, all right? You cruising down the street.
All right. Cruising down the street in my 6'4".
Hey, that was dope, eh?
You're listening to Compton's very own Ice Cube, Eazy-E, and Dr. Dre. I gotta tell you, you are witnessing history.
People are scared of you guys. You have a unique voice. The world needs to hear it.
They want NWA? Let's give them NWA.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube.
This is only the tip of the iceberg, gentlemen. What's going on? What do you have in that bag?
Are you kidding me?
You can't take that in the bus.
When I'm called off, I got a sawed off. Squeeze the trigger and bodies all hard off.
Your songs glamorize gangs and drugs.
Our art is a reflection of our reality.
You guys supposed to be somewhere?
These are artists. Rap is not an art.
You cannot come down here and harass my clients because of what they look like.
I promise you, things gonna be different from here on out.
Listen, to be honest with you, I don't know anything about hip-hop, but I know that you're special.
You want to be involved with this gangster life?
Here we go. Speak a little truth and people lose their mind.
This isn't the Crips and Bloods. This is a threat from the federal government.
They're trying to tell us what we can't play. This ain't NWA. Yo, Dre.
What up?
I got something to say.
We can keep going, man. We can take over the goddamn world.
Feel a little gust of wind and on deck. Believe a memory, no one will be forgetting. So
As I leave, believe I'm stomping. But when I come back, boy, I'm coming straight out of Compton.
What up? Yeah. What up, what up? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Yay, yay!
Yeah, thank y'all, man.
I love
Trailer
it.
was
I
lit,
love
right?
it. I love it. Trailer was lit, right? You're gonna see that next week? You gonna see that next week? Nice, nice. So, first question I got for the director, F. Gary Gray. Like, when you see this, when you guys just watch this trailer, you know, I mean, casting was so important to this movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so important picking the right people to portray this legendary group. So, could you tell me what was it about these three individuals that, you know, obviously, you know, Ice Cube's son, how it made it stand out for you and why you picked these people to play them?
Well, casting the movie was the hardest part of this entire process, and you know, we decided we wanted to focus on performance first. You have to have the chops to carry an entire movie. Then, do I believe you on stage? Can you rap? Are you coordinated? The other part of it is, do you have street credibility? Do I believe you from Compton or South Central LA? And the last part is likeness. Like, a lot of people look at the group and they say, I say the group because they look like them, but people look at them and say, you know, did you cast them because they look like them? No, that was the last part of it. They had to earn their role, and each one of them actually went through a lot to actually get cast. And it took us 2 years to find these guys, and I'm really happy about it.
Well, you had sort of a cheat code because your son plays yourself in the movie, and I saw it yesterday at a screening, and I blinked 2 or 3 times. I'm like, nah, that's Cube. That's definitely him. You know what I'm saying? So, was it a trip for you to see your son, you know, live out some of these iconic moments that you went through?
Yeah, you know, I was just extremely proud. You know, it's a lot of emotions that run through you when, you know, he got a great opportunity to be in a great movie. You know, it reminds me of when I had my opportunity to be in Boys in the Hood. It was my first movie. It was a great role for an up-and-coming new actor. And, you know, I went to him when we first got the project and asked him would he be willing to put in the work to play me on the screen. And I told him from day one that I can't give him the role. He has to earn it. You know, when we brought Gary and Gary decided he would do the movie, I knew it would go up another level because I'm like, you know, he's not going to compromise with you at all. He's gonna want what he want, and you got to give it to him. And I'm just so happy that my son was able to step up. And you know, as a parent, you just proud when your kids step up at the moment of truth. You know what I mean? And I don't care if it's taking out the trash. It's like, yo, you take out that trash? Yeah, I took it out. That's right. That's right. You know, so, you know, I'm just extremely proud. That's all I can say, man. And happy for everybody up here, and happy that the world get a chance to see a slice of American history, and we call it Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
O'Shea, I mean, you know, we got the dad side of it. I'd love to hear your side of it as well, because it had to be a trip for you to, you know, live out things that your father went through. Like, were there things that when you read the script that, you know, your dad might have told you about growing up, but like reading it, like, damn, you really took a baseball bat to this record label? Like, you really went through all this crazy stuff?
That scene in particular, I needed in the movie, because I've heard that story my whole life, you know. And the baby, you know, he's talking about, you know, he needs the money for his family, you know. I'm his family. You know, this scene's about me. You know, it's very personal. And that type of stuff fueled me to want to take the role, because I could have let it go to, you know, a seasoned actor or whatever, you know, somebody who could Wikipedia all the facts about him, you know, YouTube a couple of videos. Or, you know, I could put the ball in my hands and cement my family's legacy in cinema forever. And so that's something that I needed to do.
Jason, you play Eazy-E in the movie.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of the movie revolves around you and the genesis of NWA and gangster rap in general. And, you know, it's always pretty difficult playing somebody who has passed on. So tell me, you know, the things that you had to do to get ready to portray a guy like Eazy-E.
Man, it was tough. You know, because I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, for those who don't know, so New Orleans stand up. But I had, of course, an accent to get rid of. I had to learn how to walk and talk like I was from L.A., had never been to California before.
I don't know if y'all seen him backstage, but he was like walking and he had like the seawall like down pat. So him to say he's from Louisiana.
I've been putting in my work.
You know? It's in him now.
Yeah, you know, I definitely had to put in my work. You know, I had a lot of physical things to do. I had to eat 4,000 calories a day. You know what I mean? And get some type of chest going on. You know what I mean? Tattoos ain't just gonna save me forever. But yeah, you know, it was a lot that went into it physically. Then I had a lot of people step up. You know, Cube, Gary. A lot of these guys just helped me hit the mark. You know, helped me like make an opinion on how Eazy would have felt about certain things. You know, and let me know what kind of person he was, so I could try to capture the essence after I took all of the mechanical things and kind of, you know, put them in the works. But luckily, I got FGG right here, you know what I mean, to take me to the next level, you know. And it's just been a great ride, man, but it's been tough. Blood, sweat, and tears, you know, a lot of vomit. You know, right. But it's been great, man. It's been great.
Now, Corey, you play Dr. Dre in the movie. Yeah. And, you know, he's pretty much the backbone, you know, along with Cube of NWA. So tell me what it was like playing him and, you know, the advice that he gave you on, or if he gave you any advice on how to play him and how to portray him and his mannerisms and all that stuff.
Yeah, I definitely got a lot of advice on this from Dre. It's an opportunity of a lifetime, man, to be able to step into their shoes and into their legacy and you know, truthfully represent what they represented back then. You know, from the beginning, I was nervous to take on the role. I remember my agent had told me, you know, you got this audition for it, and I said, man, I can't go in for it. Like I just said, I don't think I look like Dre, sound like Dre, act like nothing, you know. And I just was too kind of nervous to do it, because if you're gonna do it, you got to do it right, you know. So he called me back 8 o'clock that night and was like, Casson said you didn't come in. And I was like, I told you I wasn't going in for the role, man. Like, I'm nervous, you know? So one thing led to another. I ended up Skyping with Gary.
And you murdered it. Come on, don't be humble. You murdered it.
Thank you, G. But one thing led to another. Gary, he really took us under his wing, man, and gave us all of the tools that we needed to do this, along with Dre. Like, he was there every single day on set. And, they're both busy, him and Cube, man. They got other stuff. Cube was working on Ride Along 2 in Florida. I hear his
floating behind us.
Yeah, right. I hear his voice on set, and I'm like, nobody told me Cube was here. He like, hey, what's up, Corey, from the computer screen? I'm like, oh, man. But it's just they were so, adamant about us getting it right and giving us the support that we needed. And, I had to learn how to DJ for this movie on the vinyls, not what they do now. I had
no Seratos for the fakers out there.
I had to learn how to produce. I had to eat 4,000 calories a day, too, and we were boxing every day before. Shay was, eating 1,200 calories a day. So
eating dirt, water, and grass.
Right.
Lemongrass.
Yeah, gotta look 17. Shout out to PJ Stahl, our trainer.
I was eating 4,000 calories a day. It's just I was stressed out.
You're right.
I'm still trying to lose it.
Exactly, man. It was a blessing, though, man. We came together and we wanted to make sure this worked, and they wanted to work on a level that, was better than everything else that we've seen from the studio system. And they wanted a real movie, quality movie, and I really think we got it, man.
Yeah. Now, personally, as a fan of the music, I don't think this movie could have came out at a better time, just because of the social climate of everything going on between police brutality, between, people kind of stepping up, and social media being like, the window into, everything that's going on with how police treat young minorities in the world and in this country. And, growing up, when I first heard "fuck the police," I just thought, y'all was just some people. Y'all can clap and fuck the police.
Yeah.
It actually gave it a scope of where y'all were coming from. You know what I'm saying? So tell me, about the making of "Fuck the Police" and how it kind of connects to you guys as far as like things going on in Ferguson and things in South Carolina and Staten Island and all these places. And it really started over here, with the Watts riots and the Rodney King beatings, and that was the first time it was in our front steps. Now it's in our cell phones every day. So tell us a little bit about, the making of that.
Well, if you really look at our history, we've always had problems and issues with police brutality, excessive force, going further, if you look at what the civil rights movement had to go through, Bull Connors and all these police overstepping their boundaries. So, at the time we did the song, if y'all don't know L.A. at the time, L.A. was ran by a police chief by the name of Daryl Gates, and he declared a war on gangs. Now, to law-abiding citizens, a war on gangs seems pretty reasonable and seems like something you need to do. But when you young and black and they think you're a gang member just because you're young and black, that equates to a war on young and black males. So we all felt under siege. We all felt humiliated, disillusioned, and, we felt powerless. And so we decided to go in the studio. We was just tired of them. Everybody in our crew had horror stories about dealing with the police at the time. So we was like, man, we need to just do a song called "Fuck the Police." And I wrote it. When I first presented it, I think Dre was going through a probation situation, and he was like, we're not doing this song as long as I got to fucking go to the county jail every weekend. So after he got out that situation, I brought it back up, and we was like, yo, now's the time. And we recorded the song, and, thank God we did, because it's not only the song that really made us a worldwide group, but it's a song that many people was feeling in their hearts. They wanted to just say something, to combat what was happening, and I call "Fuck the Police," I call it nonviolent protest, because we didn't pick up a Molotov cocktail. We didn't go burn or loot or do nothing violent. What we did was did a record, and we was creative, we was constructive and not destructive. And to me, That's why we're here, because we chose art. If we did use a Molotov cocktail, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. So, I'm just in awe that so many people have responded to that song, and it's the perfect time. Unfortunately, this is a movie about the past, and we look at it and it's still speaking to the present. We don't want to look at this movie 20 years from now and say that it was a look into the future. So we need to hold these officers accountable. We need to, my man Gary has a great idea. The body cams, of course, for all officers, and a federal offense if you tamper with the footage or disrupt the camera in any kind of way. So I think that's a great way for us to start holding these officers accountable, and then this won't speak to the future.
Make some noise for that. Guys, you care to speak on that, or as people of our age and generation, and just seeing that and seeing how really nothing much has changed, except it's just more frequent now on your cell phones and Twitter.
Right. Well, I mean, I can speak for my generation, and I think the wise thing to do is realize that it's not a war that you're gonna win by yourself. You know what I mean? So just because they have all these things going on, the best thing you can do is pull out your camera phone or, whatever device you have to help you. But, if you're dealing with a cop that's having a bad day, don't make it worse for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to make it home. You got to continue to be able to fight. You know what I mean? You got to continue to be able to be healthy. And self-preservation is really all you have. You know what I mean? That need to be the core and the center of everything, because you can't leave your kids. You can't leave, your family members. You can't leave all these people with, another death to deal with. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to comply. If they're going to take you down to jail or whatever, it's better than going with a black eye. You know what I'm saying? So just take your lick. You know what I mean? And sometimes you got to keep it pumping, because we got to, learn how to address it as a human problem in a character judgment, not like a race thing or because you're a cop or whatever, but it's just do the right thing as a person. And, it'll start helping things propel forward.
Perfect. Now, like Gary stated before, the main reason why he casted you guys is believability and performance. And, for people my age, I assume we're all in the same age bracket. When you go and watch this movie next week, it's a party. Like, when y'all go and perform, it's like you're watching a live show. So tell me what it was like, performing these classics in front of sold-out audiences, and especially the Detroit performance when, the pivotal moment when you said, "Hey, Dre, I got something to say," and then you do "Fuck the Police" when the police specifically told you not to perform "Fuck the Police."
Are you going to tell the whole movie? They're not going to need to go after
this. Dre, when your mama came in.
They should know their history, man. This is on MTV
All that's
News.
in the trailer. All that's in the trailer. All that's in the trailer.
Just tell me what it was like performing these songs live on stage and reliving these great musical moments.
Well, my father's been bringing me on tour with him really since I was 1. But I was performing with him when I turned 18. So, I kind of got my experience being on stage through that. So when you see me on stage, that's my element. I'm new to acting, all that, but my element is on that stage. So that's when I'm definitely having my best time. And to be able to perform the songs that I've been seeing him get down with, seeing people go crazy, it was surreal. I'm still kind of living off a dream right now, but just don't have the curl with me right now. I wish I did.
Yeah, man, those were a lot of special moments, because I remember times specifically where, we could just see the big homies' eyes light up. You know what I mean? Like, man, I never saw NWA perform. Y'all killing it. You know what I mean? And that's special right there. When you up there super turned up, you got everybody with a middle finger in the sky. It's just, it's an energy that you just can't just run past. You know what I mean? You got to cherish that forever. Like, I really found out why people rap after that. You know what I mean? I was like, Lord, I wanted to dive in the crowd. You know what I mean? It was love. So yeah.
Yeah, we felt like rock stars, man. Like I never experienced that before, I've done stage and stuff like that, but there's nothing can compare to that feeling of being on stage and your music. I say my music, like we.
It was your music.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it was
It was
your
yeah,
music.
we did re-record the whole album, but it's nothing like that, man. Like that energy, that the 3,500, 3,700 extras we had out in the crowd, and them rocking with us every day. And then Cube got on stage and did a little something for the crowd, and Compton
Free
was
Ice Cube concert.
Yeah, exactly. But Compton just came out LA and they supported us, man. But those moments were surreal. Those moments were surreal.
But listen, you can't minimize what they did. And what I mean by that is they really went through boot camp in order to perform those songs. It's one thing to lead an entire movie, to prepare to play a lead in a movie, but to actually lead a movie and to perform all these songs, to record the entire album straight out of Compton, to get on stage and to have the chemistry of a group. Not just 5 actors getting up there pretending, but to have the chemistry. That's what you felt when you watched it. And so these guys really went to the mat to give great performances and to perform on stage like nobody else. And my hat's off to them. I've never seen anything like that. They gave a world-class performance.
And just
real talk. I mean, real talk. And watching the movie, and we've been cutting it together for a few months. And watching the movie in its entirety, I felt myself believing that I was looking at a younger version of us and not a movie. So it's surreal how it takes you and it sucks you in. And I'm like, damn, if it do that for me, for the audience, it should be mind blowing how right this whole pictured performance, direction, visuals, everything came together. You guys are gonna love this movie, no doubt.
And shout out real quick to Dub C. I don't know if we got a chance.
William Calhoun.
Dub C.
He was with us. I mean, we worked on the humanity of these guys and everything, but what we really had to capture in order to make it authentic was the mechanics. Getting in there, shooting in the gym, like literally getting in there and getting the swag and the movements and everything, man.
Yeah,
from
you had
the
to take it back to '89. They definitely not like children these days. You know what I mean? We rock crowds totally different. They like, we wouldn't have done that. No.
Exactly. It's a period piece too. It's a period piece. So we had to be true to that. And Dub really helped us.
Yeah, my man F. Gary Gray, he really captured that. You know what I mean? Like the movie is definitely a time capsule. If you wanted to know what was going on in '89, you know what I mean? Like I'm telling you, once you jump in this time capsule, it's on. You know what I mean? And he really, really took us for a ride, and it's special to see the whole thing come together because I think I can speak for all these guys amongst the other actors, like we just come to do our job, you know what I mean? Because it's important to hit the mark every day. Like you got to do you, so to see the whole thing come together, the first time I seen the movie, I was like, Lord, you all right, you know what I mean? So yeah, he definitely done his thing, so yeah.
Everybody make some noise for the cast of Straight Outta Compton. Real quick.
Thank y'all.
What we're gonna do right now is take some questions from the audience. If anybody has any questions, please raise your hand and they'll hand you a microphone. Sir in the flannel shirt.
No, I just want to say that coming up, I'm from the Bronx, New York. I've always been from New York. So when we heard Straight Outta Compton, that was like, wow, this is what's going on over there. Like they're going through the same thing, and they made it seem like it felt like we were in different time zones, but we actually same place, same United States. And I appreciate you, Cube, and listening to the record and hearing "Fuck the Police" and I put my foot in your ass, and amongst a lot of like white folks, I'm like, wow, this really took me back. But I just want to say thank you to a hip hop veteran. I'm definitely gonna check out the movie.
Appreciate that. Thanks, man.
Definitely.
NWA, we were speaking for a lot of people. We were speaking for a lot of hoods. We grew up off New York hip hop. We grew up off Brooklyn in the house, there's Queens in the house, Manhattan in the house, Uptown. So, and the Bronx, we can't forget about the Bronx. South Bronx, South Bronx. So, it's like we grew up with that, and Easy was so adamant of man, we need to put Compton on the map. We need to let people know that the same thing happening in them boroughs in New York is happening right here in LA, and that we all in the same situation. So, big up to New York hip hop, man. Big up to the fans who accepted straight out of Compton and NWA, for real.
Right here.
First off, I want to say rest in peace, Eazy-E. Congratulations to everybody on the film.
Thank you.
My first question is, I got questions for y'all. You're my favorite director.
Oh, thank you.
Really are.
Appreciate that.
I'm a writer, and right now I'm doing the film festivals. When I watched Friday, I really liked I wanted to know who directed it. So I was like, I wanted to research more. And I saw that it was you. But what caught me and got me intrigued was when you did it at 24. At age 24, I mean, in the industry, that's big. That's big. So I gotta give it to you right there.
Thank you.
Also, then you went on to do The Negotiator, and you also
Set It Off and then Negotiator.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It was a big leap from Friday to Negotiator, but yeah.
Yeah, and The Negotiator. But all that to say, I wanted to know, at that young age, directing and being amongst Hollywood directors that's bigger than you, what's that fire that, besides self-determination, what's that fire that pacified you to keep going?
Well, you know what? First of all, this Straight Outta Compton is all full circle for me because Cube is the one that gave me the opportunity to direct my first film at 24. Cube wrote Friday. And I didn't go to NYU. I didn't go to USC. I don't have a film degree. He just had faith in my ability, and we worked off of instinct and passion. And so, you besides determination, we didn't know anything else. We only knew what we thought was cool, what we thought was good, what we were passionate about. So Friday, we shot on a block that I grew up on, and we just worked off of instinct, man.
Shot it in 20 days.
Shot it in 20 days, and I knew that Hollywood would try to pigeonhole me and say, you can only do this type of movie. So I did action after Friday, would Set It Off, and then after that I did a thriller, if you want to call it that, with Kevin Spacey and Sam Jackson. And, just be aware of your talent, man. I just knew no matter what, I could tell any story. It didn't matter where we came from, where you're from. If you're talented, you could just step up. And what motivated me was guys like this who had the courage to say, we don't need Hollywood. We could do it ourselves. They joined us, We stepped up and just had the courage to do it ourselves. And so if you have a story in your heart you want to tell, man, follow it. And if you don't get the support from outsiders, just do it yourself. You got iPhones now. You can do everything on your laptop. We had to beg for everything. But, it really is just, I know it sounds cliche, but you got a story in your heart, man. Just go for it. And you'll make your mistakes, but you'll learn along the way.
In the back.
Is this on? Okay, so given the political climate in the country right now, did you have any trouble getting a studio to back the film? And then also, did you get any pushback as far as including certain parts or certain scenes or certain songs?
Well, we got to give it up to first Toby Emmerich at New Line. That's where the movie initially kicked off. And then, for whatever reasons, Donna Langley over at Universal Pictures.
Donna.
She got more balls than a lot of studio execs. She stepped up. She said, yo, we're going to make a real movie, and we're going to make a movie that speaks on the times, and we're going to let you guys tell it your way. Not saying that we didn't have to grapple with certain things in the movie, but we was willing to fight that fight. We was willing to do anything we needed to bring this vision together from our point of view and the way it should be told. And we was ready to walk off the movie several times. Me and him had a DEFCON 4 plan that if the studio tried to fuck the movie up, we gonna just press the button, and it's better not to do it than to do it wrong. So, we made that pact with each other and stuck with it, and we had a lot of fights, and he had to call me and tell me, man, don't press the button. And I had to call him and say, man, don't press the button. Let me make a phone call. We good. So, we was ready to and willing to damn near die to make sure we did the movie we needed to do and make sure that it didn't get caught into this Hollywood bullshit.
Can I speak to that also? It's crazy about the social climate situation that you was talking about, because we never even planned for that. I remember specifically shooting the Detroit scene and then going home and watching Ferguson like, Lord, so that's crazy.
And just also shout out to, just the professionalism and just the level of just excellence that they operate on, because while they were dealing with all of that, they kept us, protected in terms of, letting us just do our work. So we didn't have to worry about, fighting for a scene. If Shay wanted a scene in this movie, he could fight for it, and it got in the movie. It wasn't any all of the outside stuff never affected, the work, and because that's what we had to focus on.
Yeah, I was completely oblivious until these questions started coming up.
Exactly. Hey, it was going down. It was going down.
So, congratulations to everybody. I'm super excited about the movie. This question is for Ice Cube and O'Shea.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's coming. I know there's a scene that you play between your mom and your dad.
Oh, shit.
How uncomfortable was this scene?
Let me tell you something about being an actor. You see, I'm playing a role, all right, and there's a child playing in the movie. He plays me. Now, I'm hugging on his mama, and she's my wife. So you can't start thinking in that Back to the Future type spiel. You can't start thinking that way, or you just go cloud your judgment. But shout out to Alexandra Shipp. She did an excellent job in the movie. The weirdest part about that whole scene is going into a house that's not mine and seeing pictures of my family everywhere. That's the weirdest part about that.
Any differently? Like, once you got home after that scene, was you like, damn, Dad was
They was
crazy?
on set. Parents was on set that whole scene, All I had to do was go into Mac mode and it looked real. You hear these questions they be asking me?
Hey, man. Hey.
Gorillas.
Wait till they come for shift.
Gorillas.
Jesus.
We got one back here. Right, stand up.
I got a question for Jason Mitchell.
Yeah, what up?
Do you recall a memorable moment on set?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. A bunch of them, man. Wow. I think, man, I don't even know where to start, man. There's such big moments, man. I had a lot of rappers, from LA come check me out, on set. And specifically, this dude Problem. I don't know if y'all heard of him. Problem. He's a pretty decent LA rapper, and he's pretty big, But I remember the look that he gave me. He just looked in my eyes and was like, "Yo." From somebody who this mattered to, from somebody who feel like they came from this is my everything, like, you rocking this. You know what I mean? They didn't even know I was, like, from New Orleans. They was tripping out. They was like, man, this is crazy. But to get all that love was incredible. But then, like, 5 minutes later, everybody piled up in the trailer. We all in there talking. It was crazy. It was like 30 people in the trailer. We all in there laughing and joking. But to have that kind of support, because they could have put me through the whole Selena, J-Lo situation. Like, he not from here. You know what I mean? But, they really showed love. It was really, really love, So, yeah, man, shout out to the whole West Coast, man. Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
It was funny because on set, people would come up to me and be like, man, what's up with Jason? Like, what you mean, what's up with Jason? Man, he think he Eazy-E. Oh, you doing a good job, huh? You doing a good job, huh?
L.A. stole his chair, too.
Literally.
They didn't take the back that just say his name. They took the whole Eazy-E chair.
Yeah, I was like, was I set up here or no?
Yeah, somebody at home on AOL right now looking at you in that chair. Peeping at you.
That's the best.
We have time for one more question.
Uh-oh.
What's up, baby?
No pressure.
What's up?
With social media being able to connect us as far as, the same issues going on in different places, and you guys with Fuck the Police and standing up, what type of impact do you think that release is going to be on all of us?
Well, hopefully I think, people will be inspired to stand up for themselves in any way they feel necessary. We chose to grab the mic. We chose to be creative. There's many different ways, nonviolent ways to stand up to what's going on. And we should use every means available to try to expose, and put these officers on blast when they step over the line. We can't allow bad officers to rule the day, So I appeal to the good police officers, because they always clown us for having a no snitching policy in the hood, but they got a no snitching policy in the department that we got to get rid of. You know what I mean? And that's where it starts. It starts with these good cops getting these bad seeds out of here, reporting them, whatever you got to do. Let's get them out of there, and the police department need to get their dignity and their respect back from the community, and that's where it starts. It starts with the good cops. You know what I mean? Stand up and do what's right.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for coming out. This is the cast of Straight Outta Compton.
Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Go check it out next week.
August 14th. That's a great hat you got on right there, too, my man. This A1 hat right here in the front.
Not even looking.
Certified.